Daniel & Co., founded on the Daniels family tradition, established in 1959 of building a heritage for future generations, is a sturdy advocate for private estate planning. The clientele of Daniel are discreet, conservative, quiet achievers who find comfort in Daniel's global strategies and enjoy peace of mind through the sterling reputation of Peter and Graham Daniels. In the planning of each unique private estate, Daniel & Co. emphasise the benefits of client education, international diversification and private gold and silver holdings. The purpose of this DVD and our focus over the next few minutes is to explore just one strategy of how individuals can benefit from privately held gold and silver bullion. The fame and respect earned by the Venetian traders of the late 16th and early 17th century owe much to the integrity of the gold certificate system used to settle their trades. But you shall have a right and just weight, a perfect and a just measure, so that your days in this land may be long. In 1587, the Central Bank of Venice, Banco della Piazza del Rialto, was recognized as the bastion of just banking by not engaging in lending out the gold coins deposited and stored in the bank's vault. This bank's practice was to earn its reward in fees from coin storage, exchanging of currencies, handling the transfer of payments between customers and notary services. The honourable prestige of such a banking system is beyond dispute, as history records that the reputation of Banco della Piazza del Rialto went before it. It prospered to become the centre of Venetian commerce. A good name is to be chosen above great riches, and loving favour is above silver and above gold. This bank's paper receipts or certificates for gold stored in the vault became widely accepted far beyond the country's borders, and in fact, instead of being discounted in exchange for gold coin, as was the usual practice, their certificates carried a premium over both vaulted and circulating coin. The good name of Banco della Piazza del Rialto became its greatest asset. The Daniel Bullion certificate system is fashioned after this bank's model of just bullion banking. Daniel gold and silver certificates can only be issued when the corresponding weight of gold or silver bars are acquired by Daniel. Daniel and its client are the only parties that can ever have any interest in these bars, which are vaulted for the duration of the certificate on issue and are never lent, encumbered or geared. Daniel gold and silver certificates can be confidently traded either in the open market or privately, knowing that the vaulted bullion is always payable to the lawful owner on demand. Daniel has on offer 2 weighted gold certificates and 1 silver certificate. The gold certificates certify that there has been deposited in the vaults of Daniel either a 400 troy ounce London good delivery bar of 999.9 gold or a 1 kilogram bar of 999.9 gold. The silver certificate certifies that there has been deposited in the vaults of Daniel a 1000 troy ounce London good delivery bar of 999.9 silver. Daniel gold and silver certificates are worthy of close examination. These certificates measure exactly 220mm by 99mm and are printed on an uncommon security paper stock. This paper has within its fabric randomly disposed ultraviolet fluorescent fibers of various colours, indiscriminately sighted throughout the paper during the manufacturing process. The random positioning, multiple colours and inconsistent shape of each fibre provide the paper stock with its own unique identity. No 2 certificates possess the same fingerprint. Additionally, the serial numbers of each certificate are non-sequential and printed on a unique silhouette of invisible UV ink which adds to the security of the system. Each certificate is photographed under black light before being issued, making any attempt to counterfeit futile. In order to purchase gold or silver bullion and obtain certificate of title, a prospective client is invited to make application by completing the client register form found on the Dan-El website under Gold and Silver Certificates. This secure electronic form seeks to gather important information about an applicant, including details of next of kin, and allows the client to select an access ID and password for Dan-El's proprietary secure email system. The client register form is interactive and can offer immediate clarification and guidance to allow it to be completed in a timely and accurate manner. Simply place the cursor over the relevant question or word on the client register form and an information box will appear to offer assistance with that specific section of the form. This server-based form can be confidently completed and submitted to Dan-El online, as Dan-El utilizes multiple layered encryption to ensure maximum privacy in the transmission of this data. Alternatively, the client register form can be downloaded, filled out manually, and either posted or faxed to a Dan-El office. Please be aware that security could be compromised by opting for this alternative method of submitting this form. The client will be notified via regular email when the client register application has been approved and the client's access ID and password are live. The client now has entree to Signet Secured Mail. Should any client register application be declined, the applicant will be notified via email and the client register form destroyed to maintain confidentiality. And the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his princes, that the purpose might not be changed. Dan-El seeks to maintain the highest level of confidentiality in all dealings with its clients. In order that this purpose might not be changed, it is recommended that clients use Signet Secured Mail. This proprietary secure email system is restricted to the exclusive use of Dan-El's clients and employs multiple seals of security to warrant private communiques between Dan-El and its client. Signet Secured Mail can be accessed on the contact page of the Dan-El website. Utilizing the access ID and password as per the client register form, a client is now able to communicate with Dan-El in privacy and is positioned to place an order for gold or silver certificates through Signet Secured Mail. Once Dan-El receives instructions to acquire gold or silver and issue a corresponding certificate, Dan-El will reply to the client through Signet Secured Mail with details of the funds to be transferred and bank account coordinates. This is usually achieved in 48 hours. Dan-El transposes all data provided on the client register form to an identical pair of manual client register ledgers. At this point, to maintain client confidentiality, Dan-El allocates each client a client number for internal reference, and the electronic client register form is deleted. The two identical client register ledgers are located in separate jurisdictions where the privacy of such data is maintained. The client number is then transferred to the appropriate certificate register for the respective gold or silver bar purchased. These are also manual ledgers. It is here that all gold and silver certificates on issue are monitored. A separate ledger book is kept for each of the 3 weights of certificates offered, namely the 400 troy ounce gold certificate, the 1 kilogram gold certificate, and the 1000 troy ounce silver certificate. This certificate register only holds the client number and details necessary to track the individual certificate. No client details are to be found in this ledger. The certificate register ledger books are also in identical pairs and are kept in 2 separate jurisdictions from the 2 client register ledger books. Once the acquisition of the client's bullion has been completed and is securely vaulted, a certificate will be sent to the client at the address nominated on the client register form. By arrangement, these certificates can be delivered to an alternate address. A gold or silver certificate can be redeemed at any time by the lawful owner of the underlying bullion. The redemption can be in silver or gold bar, Dan L bullion coins, Dan L bullion jewellery, any legal tender currency, or in any combination of these. Client's instructions to activate this can be sent via Signet secured mail. A client may plan to have a certificate redeemed via a last will and testament, which is customarily acceptable. However, should a client die without any specific directions, then the next of kin, as nominated in the client register, will be contacted accordingly. This is achievable from the data already provided in the original client register form. These certificates are designed to allow transfers to be conducted in a very simple and private manner. The certificate register ledger book has provision to record such transfer of a certificate to anyone whose client register application has been approved. Anyone can apply to become a client, and Dan L charges no fee for a client register application. The certificate transfer is done in this way. The transferor and transferee together create a transfer code known only to themselves. This code can have a maximum of 14 letters or numerals, or a mixture of letters and numerals. It may be a word such as doctor, or words and numbers such as Olympic Games 08. The transferor sends instructions to Dan L via Signet secured mail stating certificate number and transfer code. The transferee sends instructions to Dan L via Signet secured mail stating certificate number and transfer code. When Dan L receives matching instructions from both the transferor and transferee, the transfer of the certificate can take place. The transferor settles any outstanding accounts with Dan L and physically hands over the certificate to the transferee, who now has lawful ownership of the gold or silver bar in the vault. Dan L treats a certificate transfer as a new purchase by the transferee, and the standard fee of ounces by .009 is applied. No other fees are required. Traditionally, there have existed 2 forms of certificates: bearer certificates and legal title certificates. A bearer certificate is one where whoever holds possession of the certificate, the bearer, is deemed to be the owner of the underlying gold or silver. These are risky and least secure. Should possession of the certificate be gained by immoral means or windfall, the lawful owner of the underlying bullion is defeated. A legal title certificate is one where the party with legal title to the underlying bullion can redeem the underlying asset irrespective of who possesses the certificate. These are considered secure under most circumstances. However, this form of certificate does not obviate the occasion where legal title is gained by third-party duress or the exercise of unjust statutes, thus defeating the lawful owner. Daniel, being mindful of these two common forms of certificates, understands the importance of justice and morality in creating and administrating a bullion certificate system. We recognize that legal and moral are not synonymous, as clearly not all that is legal is necessarily moral. In keeping with our claim that this is the finest certificate program in the world, we have pioneered a new form of bullion certificate holding that provides remedy to the flaws of both the bearer certificate and the legal title certificate. This system places morality above legality and is called a lawful owner certificate. A lawful owner certificate is one where only the lawful owner of the certificate is recognized by Daniel. There exist today in some jurisdictions laws of property ownership that are immoral, and where unjust confiscation of assets can be protected by statute. The lawful owner certificate system serves as a bar to such vice and offers protection from third-party duress and unjust statutory acquisition of a legal title. Therefore, should a client lose a lawful owner certificate or have it confiscated or stolen, it becomes useless in the hands of the holder, as the lawful owner certificate is only payable to the lawful owner on demand. Additionally, should a client's certificate be destroyed by fire, the client would simply contact Daniel via Signet secured mail, stating the number of the certificate in jeopardy, and Daniel will cancel the old certificate, issue another, and send it to the lawful owner. To issue a new certificate, a fee of 150 Swiss francs will apply. The artistic detail and intricacy of these certificates identify them as distinctive and place them in a class of their own. Although the design theme centers around the Christian faith and the teachings found in the Holy Bible, the principles employed in their creation would be of interest to all who value history and truth. The industry benchmark for silver bars is the LBMA Good Delivery Bar. This exacting standard is internationally accepted, and today only 62 refineries in 22 countries worldwide bear the prestigious credentials that ensure their name has found its place on the LBMA Good Delivery list. The silver bars vaulted by Daniel as the platform for their silver certificates not only meet the minimum LBMA Good Delivery Bar standard of 3 nines purity, but in fact exceed this standard, as Daniel only accepts silver bars of 4 nines purity. These bars are refined by Peñoles in Torreon, Mexico, where all Daniel bars are hand-selected to ensure that each bar weighs a minimum of 1,000 troy ounces. By insisting on 4-9 silver, a client enjoys a premium resale market should they choose to redeem their certificate, as 4-9 silver is not only suitable for the traditional silver uses of photography, jewelry and silverware, coinage, welding, batteries, mirrors, silver coatings, catalysts, ceramic coatings, cloud seeding and engineering bushes, but 4-9 silver is the only purity sought for today's top-end electronics, electrical contacts, scientific bactericides, and for the dentistry and medical industries. When purchasing the Daniel 1000 troy ounce silver certificate, clients purchase exactly 1,000 troy ounces. Any bar surplus of weighted silver over and above the 1,000 troy ounce serves as a vaulted reserve. This guarantees that the vaulted silver against certificates issued is always over and above client silver certificate claims. The industry benchmark for gold bars is the LBMA Good Delivery Bar. Likewise, this exacting standard is internationally accepted, and today only 58 refineries in 25 countries worldwide qualify to bear the prestigious credentials that guarantee their inclusion on the LBMA Good Delivery list. The gold bars vaulted by Daniel as the platform for their 2 gold certificates not only meet the minimum LBMA Good Delivery Bar standard of 995 purity, but in fact exceed this standard, as Dan L only accept gold bars of 4 nines purity. These bars are refined by Argor Haraeus in Mendrisio in Switzerland, where Dan L purchased both the 400 troy ounce bar and the 1 kilogram bar selected for the respective certificates. 4 nines gold is not only able to satisfy the traditional markets of jewellery, coinage, electronics, treasury, dentistry, fountain pens, welding, watches, telephone switches, computer circuits, and glass and porcelain coatings. But 4 nines is the preferred standard for the growing cooking ingredient market, and in 1 kilo bar form is the only bar accepted by the vast Indian investment market. Additionally, the 4 nines 1 kilogram investment bar enjoys the most liquid gold market in the world. When purchasing either the Dan L 400 troy ounce or 1 kilogram gold certificate, a client purchases exactly 400 troy ounces or 1 kilogram of gold respectively. Any bar surplus of weighted gold over and above the 400 troy ounce or 1 kilogram serves as a vaulted reserve. This guarantees that the vaulted gold against certificates issued is always over and above clients' gold certificate claims. All gold and silver acquired by Dan L for its clients is purchased exclusively from LBMA refineries. The bars underpinning Dan L's gold and silver certificates are at all times either vaulted in the respective LBMA refinery, in vault-to-vault transit, or stored in Dan L's private vault facilities located in Central Europe and Asia. Dan L has taken great care in selecting extremely stable jurisdictions for their bullion storage. These are geographically separate from where the client registers and the certificate registers are located. Short of a force majeure, Dan L believes its vaulting facilities are among the best the world has to offer. Dan L welcomes the prudent scrutiny of any prospective client to the Dan L Gold and Silver Certificate System. We trust your conclusions concur with existing clients that not only is this the finest and most prestigious bullion certificate system in the world today, but its privacy, security, and affordability surpass expectation. For further details, including bullion acquisition costs and storage fees, we invite you to visit www.danl.ch and look under the Gold and Silver button for gold and silver certificates.